She was Maya to me the night before. I was shaking as I reached out to shake her hand that had a new engagement ring on it. She said, "Nice to meet you." "Yeah, okay, Patrice." I felt betrayed. I was on cloud 4 now. The highs and lows of being an absolute G. The tension was ridiculous the rest of the day. I am in a bad mood now. Every time I couldn't remember the name of an obscure cousin, it only got worse. Toward the end of the night I found myself in a conversational circle with my uncle, my parentals and the liar dirtbag scumbucket. I hated her. I knew where this was going. She was going to be responsible for the downfall of the Gonzalez family. My uncle started ripping on me. He called me the usual names. Said the usual things. I escalated it by talking about how he was compensating for his shriveled manhood by getting more tribal tattoos. He fired back by saying I was probably lying about my night last night because there was no way I had ever felt the touch of a woman. Big mistake, homie. I decided to get it poppin'. This was only going to end one way. My whole life had been building up to this confrontation with the final boss. I looked him in the eyes and said, "Why don't you ask your fiancé if I'm lying about last night?" He laughed it off like it was a joke. Homie thought it was merely a jest. This was no light banner. I stared him down with a straight face to let this fool know I meant business. His smile faded. He looked at Patrice, who was too shocked to get the words out. He knew what was good. He threw his drink on the ground and stood up. My parents didn't move. Typical Gonzalez activities. I stood up and stared at him eye to eye. Homie was on his grown man business. I wasn't about to back down. He stared at me for a second. Then he whipped around and slapped the daylights out of Patrice. Homie was on his domestic violence. We couldn't have that. I jumped on him to restrain him. Finally, my dad did something and helped me. We separated them, and just like that it was over. They both started crying. They turned the family reunion into a telenovela. We thought about calling the cops on homie, but Patrice told us not to. She took off her ring and placed it into my sniffling uncle's pocket. Then she kissed him on the forehead like a baby. She left the scene like she was in an R&B music video. That was the last time I ever saw her. My uncle doesn't make fun of me anymore because I stole his girl. I wonder what the next family reunion will be like.